0, cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is equals to 1. Now r is equals to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. P square plus 2pq cos 0 plus q square. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. Whenever cos 0 is 1 remains r is equals to p square plus 2pq cos theta. P square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Tell what is p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta? Absolutely. R is equals to square root of p plus q whole square. Right, exactly correct. P plus q whole square, a square plus b square is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now by cancellation, root and this one is cancelled. No change. This square and root get cancelled. Remains p plus q. Now, if two forces are in same direction, then the resultant of force is equal to sum of the two forces acting on it. If the two forces are in the same direction, along the same direction, then the resultant force is equal to sum of the two forces acting on the body. Nothing but an parallelogram of forces when theta equals 0. Now, case 2, second cases, special cases, case 2. When theta equal to 180, what is called cos 180? Very nice, cos 180 is minus 1. Cos 180 is equals to minus 1. Or is equals to square root of b square plus q square plus 2pq cos 180. R is equals to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq. Instead of cos 180, I am writing minus 1. Without your permission, I am writing cos 180 is minus 1. Okay, that r square is equals to square root of p square plus q square minus. Plus into minus become as minus 2pq cos theta. Now we get as r is equals to square root of p minus q whole square. P minus q whole square root of p minus q whole square is nothing but p minus q. Next case, second case, when our theta is equals to 90. When theta equal to 90, cos 90 is equals to 0. Yes, no. Cos 90 is 0. Exactly. Cos 90 is equals to 0. Now r is equals to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 90. R is equals to p square plus q square 2pq cos 90 is 0. I'm putting this is 0. Now this becomes 0. That is r is equals to square root of p square plus q square. Already discussed, whenever there may be two forces are there, whenever there is resolved into two components, r is equals to square root of sigma fx square plus sigma fi square. Now it becomes as r is equals to square root of p square plus q square. Now from that tan alpha is equals to q divided by p. And alpha is equals to sigma fi divided by y divided by x. Alpha is equals to y divided by x. Y is q, x is p. Next, triangular forces. Next it comes to triangular forces. It may be easy. If two forces acting at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a triangle taken in order, then the closing side of a triangle reversed opposite in the direction, reverse order. The closed side of a triangle in reverse order represents the resultant of forces in magnitude direction. Now P, Q are the two forces makes an angle theta. Now P I am taking in order, P, Q I am taking in order, P and Q is being taken in order. No change. Now the angle between is equals to theta. The angle between is equals to theta. The angle made between P and Q is equals to theta. Now, what about the resultant means? The resultant is nothing but the closed side of a triangle. The closed side of a triangle represents the resultant of both P and Q of a triangle. Now, it forms like a triangle. This law is called as triangle of forces. Next, polygon of forces. If a number of forces acting simultaneously on a particle be represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of a polygon, taken in order, the resultant must be represented in magnitude and direction by the closing side of a polygon in opposite direction. When you do the polygon law of forces means when there may be number of forces acting on your body, we can go for a polygon law of forces. And then the number of forces acting, two or more number of forces acting on a body, we can go for a polygon law of forces. Now look at the polygon. This is the one force, all the force A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D are the 4 forces which is more than 2, which are acting at a different directions. I am taken in a one order. That order, the closing side of the polygon represents the resultant. The closing side of the resultant is, the resultant should be the all forces. All forces ki oka resultant vachi R. అన్ని ఒక ఆర్డర్లో తీసుకుని దాని క్లోజింగ్ సైడ్ ఎంతైతే లెంత్ వస్తుందో ఆ లెంత్కి దేనికి ఈక్వల్గా ఉంటుందంటే ఈ యొక్క 4 ఫోర్సెస్కి ఈ యొక్క రిజల్టెంట్కి ఈక్వల్గా ఉంటుంది. అది పాలిగాన్ లా ఫోర్సెస్ చెప్తుంది. Let us discuss the problem 1 or say problem 2 అని పడింది. Problem 1 ఇది. Find the magnitude of two forces such that two forces acting at right angles. The resultant is √10, but angle is 60 degrees. The resultant is √30. And there may be two forces are there. Two forces are F1, F2. Two forces are acting at right angles. Right angle means angle is equal to theta equal to 90 degrees. The resultant is √10. Whenever there are 90 degrees, the resultant is √10. But at an angle of 60 degrees, same forces. At an angle of 60 degrees, the resultant becomes √13. Now we have to find out the two forces. Now comes to the solution. Given two forces I am considering as F1 and F2. First force is F1, second force is F2. The angle made is equal to theta. Angle made theta is equal to theta. Right angle means theta is equal to 90. And the resultant is equal to. Whenever theta is equal to 90, we know that R is equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta in place of P F1 place of Q F2. P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Cos theta is 90. Now whenever it is 90, that remains 0. Already discussed special cases. Case 2 is here. Now resultant is √10 square root of P square plus Y F1 square place of Q F2 square by squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides, square root cancel out. 10 is equals to F1 square plus F2 square. Now, when theta equal to 60, when angle equal to 60, resultant is 13. Now, using the equation, R is equals to square root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 cos theta. Theta place lo 60 degrees. Now, squaring on both sides, we get 13 is equals to root get cancel F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 0.5. Cos 60 is 0.5. Now, substitute F1 square plus F2 square. Now consider F1 square plus F2 square is equals to 10. This is considered as equation 1 here. Now I am putting F1 square plus F2 square in place of this one is 10. When you are putting 10 here, that remains 13 minus 10. 13 minus 10 is equals to 3. Why? Because it is 2, it is 1 by 2. Both remains cancelled out. Now it remains 2 into 0.5 is 1. Now 1 into F1 F2 is equals to 13. Now this 2 remains 10. 13 minus 10 remains 3. Now we know that F1 square plus F2 whole square is equals to F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2, that is equals to F1 square is F1 plus F2 square is F1 square plus F2 square is equation 1. First equation 10. F1 square plus F2 square is 10. 2F1 F2 is equals to 3. F1 F2 is equals to 3. 2F1 F2 is equals to 6. Now 10 plus 6, 16. Now we get F1 plus F2 whole square is equals to √16. √16 enta 4. Now we know that another equation F1 minus F2 whole square is equals to, using the equation F1 square plus F2 square minus 2F1 F2 is equals to F1 square plus F2 square. F1 plus F2 square is equals to 10. 2F1 F2 is equals to 2 into F1 F2 is 3. 2 10 minus 6. 2 into 3 is 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. We get F1 minus F2 is equals to 4 means F1 minus F2 whole square is equals to 4 means F1 minus F2 is equals to 4, that is equals to 2. Now equating by solving these two equations, adding these two equations. ఈ రెండింటిని యాడ్ చేస్తామంటే F2 F2 ఏమవుతుంది? క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతుంది. F2 F2 క్యాన్సిల్ అయితే మీద 2F2 is equals to 2F1 is equals to 6 అవుతుంది. F1 ప్లేస్లో ఎంత వస్తుంది? 3 వస్తుంది. Whenever F1 is equals to 3, F1 is equals to 3, what about F2? F2 is equals to 1. F2 is equals to This is a discussion about the parallelogram law of forces, law of forces, law of forces, law of mechanics, parallelogram law of forces, triangular forces, and polygon law of forces.